your home team for Fighting Sioux sports.
Playoff time has arrived in the Western Collegiate Hockey Association. And tonight, the second-seeded North Dakota Fighting Sioux entertain ninth-seeded Michigan Tech in Game 1 of a best-of-3 series to see who goes on to the WCHA Final Five. Good evening to you from Ralph Engelstad Arena, Grand Forks, North Dakota, with former Sioux Tarek Howard, Pat Sweeney. Glad you're with us for playoff hockey on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. And normally we have a spotlight player, but for North Dakota tonight, we've got two spotlight players, and they're both guys coming back from injuries, TJ Oshie and Che Genoway.
Yeah, obviously both guys been injured here the last week or so. TJ, in my opinion, the best player in college hockey. He's not going to be 100% tonight. We'll see what he can contribute, and obviously when he's 100%, that's quite a hockey player. Che Genoway, same thing, didn't play at all last week because of injury. Che's a very dynamic player, and you know, when he can bring what he can bring, and he's a special player. So very key to the Sioux tonight to see what those guys are capable of.
And our spotlight player for Michigan Tech is junior goaltender Michael Lee Teslak, a man who will really be under the spotlight in the playoffs.
Yeah, no question about it. Teslak didn't play against the Sioux here January 11th and 12th when the Sioux beat the Huskies 4-1 both nights. He did play against the Sioux back in October when Tech got their only win against the Sioux. So Teslak's play is going to be key.
The Huskies need him to get hot at the postseason. And now let's look at the scoring leaders for both teams. TJ Oshie is leading North Dakota in scoring with 35 points. Then you got Ryan Duncan with 33, Chris Vandevelde with 29, defenseman Robbie Bina 23, defenseman Che Genoway with 22, defenseman Taylor Chorney with 20, and Andrew Kozek with 18, leading the team in goals with 15. Michigan Tech is led by three seniors, Peter Rouleau, Tyler Shalast, and Jimmy Kerr. Then a couple of defensemen, Jeff Kinraid and Drew Dobson, and Malcolm Gwillem rounds out the top six. Final standings in the WCHA. Colorado College wins the championship with UND 4 points behind in second. Tech finishes ninth, 1 point behind Duluth. Here are the other first-round series. Anchorage is at CC. Duluth visits Denver. Minnesota and Mankato, that game just underway. And Wisconsin visits St. Cloud State. We'll be back with our keys to the game on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
You've seen HB Sound and Light vans at businesses around town and at homes in your neighborhood. Why? Because HB Sound and Light is the region's
Tech in North Dakota, moments away from the start of Game 1 of their best-of-3 series, and it's time now for the keys to the game, sponsored by Lithia Motors of Grand Forks. And here are the North Dakota keys from assistant coach Dane Jackson.
Dane Jackson was concerned, first of all, about turnovers. He doesn't think Michigan Tech generates a lot of offense on their own. They're kind of a patient team. They wait for the other team to turn it over. So, don't give them anything. Make them earn everything they get. Second key was intensity and physical play. Very concerned that UND matches their intensity and their physical play, and then the skill can kind of take over. And the third key for Coach Jackson was don't reinvent the wheel. The Sioux have played very well lately. They played well enough to beat the Michigan Tech Huskies. They don't have to overdo it tonight.
And Jamie Russell, the head coach of the Huskies, gives us these keys.
Yeah, Coach Russell's obviously goaltending. He wants to win the battle in the net. He thinks if they can do that, they have a very good chance of winning tonight. He also talked about play in front of both nets, and he wants to be a very physical team tonight. He wants the Tech Huskies to play very physical, but be very disciplined. They know they can't afford to take a lot of unnecessary penalties.
North Dakota comes in with a record of 23-8-4 overall. Michigan Tech is 13-18-5 overall. One other lineup change worth noting for the University of North Dakota. Jake Mardo, the freshman, moves from defense to a left wing spot on the fourth line tonight. We'll touch more on that later, but right now let's go to PA announcer Darren Looker.
Air Force ROTC color guard. Please remain standing until the colors are retired. And now to honor the United States of America, let's join Sweet Adelines as they lead us with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flames bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Nicely done, and the postseason will get underway after this on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
This presentation of NCAA.
North Dakota is rated second in the U.S. College Hockey Online and USA Today polls and tied for fourth in the pairwise rankings, which mimic the NCAA tournament selection process. Michigan Tech is unranked. Our referee tonight, Brian Toole, assisted by Kyle Bergman and Nathan Freeman. Toole officiated the Sioux series at Duluth a few weeks ago. Jean-Philippe Lamoureux in goal once again for the University of North Dakota, leading the nation in goals against and in save percentage. Dave Hackstall is in his fourth year as the head coach at North Dakota. Has a perfect record against Michigan Tech in the playoffs. That series was back in 04. Michael Lee Teslak, the junior, has a 7-9-4 record. Not bad goals against average and save percentage, though. Jamie Russell is in his fifth year behind the Michigan Tech bench. 54 career wins. North Dakota leads the overall series with 131 wins, and the Sioux have won 3 of the 4 games against Tech this season. North Dakota in white, Michigan Tech in black, and away we go here with first period action. Joe Finley gets it over to Chris Vandevelde. Finley and Shea Genoway paired at defense here. Vandevelde is centering Matt Watkins and Ryland Kipe. Going to go all the way back. No icing here as Drew Dobson swings it around for Michigan Tech. Battle along the boards. Tyler Shalast is crushed there by Ryland Kipe. Genoway going for the pick, didn't quite get it, and it comes back to Joe Finley. Both teams making some changes, and TJ Oshie is on the ice for the first time since the second period of last Saturday night's game. He is centering Andrew Kozek and Ryan Duncan. But again, we'll keep an eye and see how effective Oshie is tonight. He did not practice much throughout the week. Yesterday was the most extensive action he saw in practice. Andrew Kozek now. He spun around as number 25, John Kivisto, sent him a spinning. Ryan Duncan keeps it alive in the corner. Oshie took a whack at it. It comes around. Duncan picks it up. Tried to center it. That hit a stick. It flutters over. Chorney will play it. Taylor Chorney's shot goes back of the net. Bouncing puck. And cleared out by Ryan Angelo. North Dakota now has Brad Miller, Ryan Martins, Matt Fratton out there from left to right. And this is an icing call with 18-19 to go in the first period.
Yeah, good, Pat, good start for the Sioux. I thought obviously Michigan Tech's game plan is going to be as physical as possible. And the Sioux actually, so far, obviously it's early, came right after them and looked like they're trying to take the physical play to Michigan Tech. So, and actually a very good shift too by Genoway. His first shift went well. He was aggressive, tried to make some things happen. So that's a very, very good sign for the Sioux.
You saw North Dakota's 13-4-2 record at home. UND's last home loss was December 29th against New Hampshire. And of course the Sioux still on that 17-game unbeaten streak, a school record with 14 wins and 3 ties in that stretch. Miller drops it back to the defense. It's cleared ahead, but this will come back on icing as well with 18:05 remaining.
And the one thing, obviously, from Michigan Tech's standpoint, it's a brand new season. We're in the playoffs now, and they don't really care what UND's record is. They don't care what their record was. It's a fresh start here. So, a lot of times the lower seeded team can use that to their advantage.
Huskies definitely have nothing to lose. Here's Derek LaPointe, the freshman at defense, putting it out of play. And another whistle here with 17:58 remaining. There's Derek out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And seeing all that green over there in that shot reminds us it's St. Patrick's Day coming up on Monday. I'll have to get my green apparel out. Mark Malikoff sends it wide from the point, and the Sioux poke it ahead to Brad Miller. He lost control of it, got it back, it stopped at the line, and Tech carries on with Eric Catalyst, number 15, the freshman out of Houghton, Michigan, a hometown boy. Loose puck back of the Sioux net. Catalyst couldn't get anything going there. As Genoway clears it out to the center ice area, but Tech directs it back in, chipped back out by Che, and back to the line goes Kivisto. Huskies directed in, and they'll make a line change here. North Dakota now has Jake Mardo at left wing, Darcy Zajac at center, Brad Malone on the right wing as the save is made by Teslak, and back come the Huskies. Played to the corner, Taylor Chorney trying to avoid Tyler Shalast. Puck hits the referee, Brian Toole, now over here. It's cleared to Jake Mardo. And Jake Mardo's high school coach is sitting alongside me, Tarek Howard. You coached Jake at Central High. How do you think he'll do it forward? You said you used him there a little bit.
Yeah, we used Jake a little bit at forward, and he's such a really good hockey player. He's so smart that looks pretty comfortable out there already. I know he had a great week of practice at the forward spot, and the UND coaching staff feels like Jake is just such a good hockey player. They have to get him in the lineup, and it's going to be a great defenseman for the Sioux down the road. And it's neat that he can also step in and play forward as well.
Well, the first penalty of the game called on Michigan Tech's Tyler Shalast. 2 minutes for slashing at 3:26.
Yeah, not the kind of penalty that Coach Russell's going to want to see. He wants to see, obviously them play hard-nosed, but stick penalties are not a good recipe for success against the Sioux, that's for sure.
So North Dakota with the extra man here, 5-on-4. Joe Finley's shot hits Alex Gagne and trickles into the corner. Around it comes. Miller keeps it in. Loose puck now, it rolls outside. We've got 1:40 to go on the North Dakota power play. Kozak, Martins, and Miller up front here for North Dakota. Drew Dobson throws it out of the zone, and it comes all the way down to the North Dakota end, and both teams will make changes. TJ Oshie and Ryan Duncan come on, along with Chris Vandevelde, with Robbie Bina and Taylor Chorney at the points. Duncan coming in with 1:15 to go. Vandevelde tried to feed it, hit a Tech stick, and now it comes outside the line as Chorney was unable to control it. Ryan Duncan will float it back to the net. Mark Malikoff tries to golf it out. It'll come to Robbie Bina. 56 seconds left on the penalty. Chorney's shot blocked by Jordan Foote. Chorney again to Duncan. Ryan turns and fires it wide. Bina throws his weight into Peter Rouleau, the top scorer on the Huskies, and the fans get a rise there. 37 seconds left on the Michigan Tech penalty.
Robbie, great linebacker in football in high school, and that comes out every once in a while. He can be a very physical player, very effective physical player. He knows when, and his, he's always using his shoulder. Very clean hitter, very clean check.
There's great timing on those hits. 17 seconds left. Chorney off to Genoway, thought about it. Now he'll dish it off to Duncan. Tried to feed it across. Oshie takes the shot, and that won't go. Comes to Duncan with 5 seconds left on the Sioux power play. He shoots and scores! Ryan Duncan, a power play goal!
Yeah, very good looking power play by the Sioux, and Ryan Duncan, just a great shot. Head up the whole way. Looks like Teslak's gone down here the last 2 or 3 times, and The Sioux are looking to shoot high, and Duncan finally found that corner, but Teslak's down probably a little bit early. I don't know if he could see it. And Ryan Duncan makes no mistake, just fires it in the top hand corner.
For Ryan Duncan, his 14th goal of the season, 5th on the power play. Time of the goal, 5:25. And North Dakota has the early 1-0 lead. TJ Oshie, Che Genoway will likely get the assist. Another chance, and Miller couldn't convert on that. And we've got a stop and play here. 1-0 Sioux on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. Puck was played by a high stick, so they'll bring it back into the North Dakota zone. Puck still loose. Zajac clears it to the boards. Tap back of the Sioux net. Brad Malone over there. Malcolm Gwillem comes barreling into him. Jordan Foote throws it back into the corner. LaPointe trying to avoid a check from Gwillem. Now they try to feed it in front, and Catalyst was taken down after he took the shot wide, and there will be a penalty here on North Dakota for tripping at 6:05.
Yeah, Zach Jones' streak of penaltyless games has come to an end.
I don't mean to laugh, but what do we have in the second intermission? A little feature about Zach Jones' streak of 23 games without a penalty. We jinxed him.
Yes, we did.
No laughing matter for the Sioux here as Michigan Tech gets its first power play chance of the evening. Tech has the number 7 rated power play in the league. The Sioux have the number 4 penalty kill in the league and 6th in the nation. Tyler Shalast, number 23, leads Michigan Tech with 7 power play goals. Puck gets behind. Eric Catalyst there. And North Dakota sends out some fresh penalty killers. Shalast, Jimmy Kerr up front here for Michigan Tech, along with Peter Rouleau. And once again, North Dakota content to send it down with 1:10 to go on the Zach Jones penalty.
Yeah, so doing a good job of forcing Michigan Tech to just dump the puck, and then the Sioux players are the first guys to the puck, and easy clear so far.
Drew Dobson brought it in, but the Sioux stopped that in a hurry, hustling after it Duncan, but Jeff Kinraid gets back to save it. 48 seconds left on the Michigan Tech power play. Ryan Bunger dumps it in. Lamoureux will tee it up, and cranking it down the ice is Joe Finley. And you've got 33 seconds left on the North Dakota penalty to Jones. Oh, that was a long streak for Zach Jones. 23 games without a penalty, and in this league, in this era, that's saying something.
Yeah, that really is quite a stretch, especially considering the way Jones plays the game. He's a physical player, and you know that's what he brings to the Sioux. So for him to have gone that many games without a penalty is quite remarkable.
7 seconds left on his penalty now. They set it up for Dobson at the point. He'll let it go. That hits Joe Finley, and cranking it down is Matt Watkins, and the Sioux have killed it off, and Teslak had to be alert there.
Yeah, that puck actually had a chance of going in. It's fluttering, and it bounces right in front of the goaltender. You never know how that puck's going to come off that bounce, and luckily for the Tech goaltender, it came straight up right into him.
Derek LaPointe grabs his glove that was loose along the far boards. Kept in by Mark Malikoff. Under pressure from Martins. Now Martins will clear it. And icing is the call with 11:25 to go. It's a 1-0 North Dakota lead on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
This time of year, you never know what the weather is going to do. At Home of Economy, we say be prepared. With a Wayne or Pacer pump and accessories, we have them at the guaranteed lowest price, like the Wayne 1/3 horsepower pump for only $99. For bigger jobs, our Pacer 3.5 horsepower 2-inch gas pump is only $189.99. Save 15% on our entire stock of banjo fittings and all suction, discharge, and chemical hoses. Be prepared. We're your pump headquarters, Home of Economy.
North Dakota has the 1-0 lead on Ryan Duncan's 14th goal of the season, coming on the power play from Oshie and Genoway at 5:25. Certainly a loud crowd here at Engelstedt Arena. They handed out some, what do they call them, those inflatable sticks.
Thunder sticks.
Is that what it is?
I think that's
you pound them together and the noise is loud. Now Brad Miller picks it up with Martins cutting to the net. Miller! And the save made by Teslak. We've got a delayed penalty on Michigan Tech here, as Lammer was just coming out of the goal and a hooking call at 9:04. And it's Malcolm Gwillem.
Yeah, the Tech player, Willem, was just, I think, trying to take care of the Sioux player, bring into the net. Got called with the hook. It looks like the official's really going to be concerned with stick infractions, the slashing, the hooking. That must be a point of emphasis tonight. We'll see.
North Dakota scored on its first power play chance with just 2 seconds left on that penalty. And Michael Lee Teslak grabs that shot from the point by Robbie Bina. Robbie, one of 10 Sioux players named to the all WCHA academic team today. We'll run down the others if we get a chance tonight. And Chris Vandevelde being tossed. Oshie back in on the circle. And Michigan Tech controls with Drew Dobson, number 5. And Tech is offside coming in on that shorthanded rush. Why don't we tell you those other Sioux players besides Robbie Bina making the all WCHA academic team? Ryan Duncan, Joel Finley, Michael Forney, Che Genoway, Andrew Kozek, Ryan Martins, Aaron Walski, Matt Watkins, and Darcy Zajac.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment, Pat. Obviously, the guys are here to play hockey and go to school, and they're taking care of it in the classroom, and it says a lot about the program, the coaching staff, and the kids that are involved.
Oh, they had it set up there for Oshie, but he got turned around on the play. And now Tech dumps it down the ice with 1 minute, 30 seconds to go on the Malcolm Gwillem hooking minor. Duncan lifts it into the corner, cranking it. John Schwartz, the defenseman, sends it out of there. And now Tech will make a defensive change here with 1:12 to go on the penalty. Shorney blasts it in. Oshie around here for Duncan. And Duncan turns it over inadvertently to Peter Rouleau. Rouleau will kill some more time off the Gwillem penalty, down now to 52 seconds. And North Dakota will make a change here. Kozek, Martins, and Brad Miller up front. Che Genoway missed the last 2 games with an arm injury. Back in the lineup tonight, number 5. He and Malikoff tie up. Now Kozek following the puck. Rouleau on him. Digging for it, Ryan Angelo, number 13. It comes loose to Joel Finley. Off to Brad Miller. 23 seconds on the penalty now. Martins turns. Here's Miller! And it's blocked at the side of the net by Teslak. Miller scored on a similar play last week, charging to the net along the goal line.
Yeah, it looked like the upper part of the net was open again. Teslak down, trying to cover the post, and I don't think Brad Miller saw that. Great play, good little give and go, and he gets a good shot on net. It looked like there's a hole from him.
Michigan Tech back at full strength. And a stop here with 8:51 to go, so North Dakota now 1 of 2 on the power play. Lots of tournament action this weekend, and in the North Dakota Class B boys basketball semifinals, Turtle Lake Mercer has a 50-41 lead on Lemoore, third quarter. Class AA girls basketball semifinals in Minneapolis, Jordan knocks off Crookston 79-74, and I believe that's only the second loss for Crookston So the Pirates will try for third place tomorrow. Well, that's too bad. The Pirates had a terrific team this year, and they still do. Malone, a shot right on the rebound to the point, and another save by Teslak. And another penalty here. And tempers get hot, but nothing comes of it.
And Michigan Tech's playing with a little fire here, a little extra after the whistle, and that's exactly what Coach Russell was talking about, trying to avoid. And official wasting no time calling that stuff tonight. So be very, very, very dangerous for Michigan Tech to continue putting the Sioux on the power play.
So John Schwartz, the junior defenseman, goes in at 11:33, and North Dakota has its third power play chance of this period. And back on the ice, Oshie, Duncan, Vandevelde, Bina, and Chorney. Taylor Chorney will settle it down. Off to Oshie it goes. Getting a stick on that was Jimmy Kerr, the captain of the Huskies. Now they bring it in. And breaking it up there, Chorney, before Alex Gagne could do any further damage. 1:37 to go on the North Dakota power play. Oh, Oshie sidesteps him and goes down. Hustling back is Chorney to save it. Oshie being guarded at the blue line by Jeff Kinraid. Ooh, Duncan cleared it in, and he got floored by, not sure who got him. I think it was Jimmy Kerr there. And it comes to Kerr. Saving it, though, Chorney. And it's 7 to go. Bina to Duncan. Takes the shot. Save Teslak. Dobson to the corner. Oshie cut it off momentarily, but it rolled off his stick. Jeff Kinraid now takes control and gingerly guides it down the ice. 52 seconds remain on the Tech penalty. North Dakota with some changes here as Kozek, Martins, and Miller comprise the forward line. 34 seconds left on the North Dakota man advantage. Ganaway off to Big Joe Finley. Here's Kozek taking aim, and another stop for Teslak. The Sioux have outshot the Huskies 9-0. And the Huskies will clear it with 16 seconds remaining on their penalty. Manitoba's Jay Ganaway weaving in. Tried to get it back to a teammate and picking it up, Eric Catalyst. Coming in now with Derek Kitty, and Finley deflects it out of play, and the penalty is over. 6:25 to go on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
At Lithia Toyota of Grand Forks, we didn't invent anything on any new Toyota. Not one fuel-efficient inch of the sporty Corolla. Nothing. We just invented the best way to buy one. Assured Cars and Trucks puts you in control with the information you need up front to make the smart decision. Get a new 08 Toyota Corolla LE, just $15,499, or lease it for $162 per month for 36 months. Now there's a better way to buy. Assured Cars and Trucks at Lithia Toyota of Grand Forks.
Stay with us during the Grand Forks Welding and Machine first intermission for first period highlights, and we'll hear UND players and coaches talk about this series with Michigan Tech. Oh, the shot deflected, glanced off the post. Still in the zone. Tyler Shalas takes his man out. Schwartz, a big drive. The puck goes into the corner. Derek Lapointe trying to skate away from Peter Rouleau. And here's Zach Jones. North Dakota unable to hang on. Jones trying to stifle Gagne at the line, and Zajac with it now. Couldn't pass it through Rouleau, was looking for Watkins, and back to the Sioux zone it comes. Darcy Zajac of Winnipeg ahead to the Sioux captain Ryland Kipe. Rolling into the zone, Watkins following the puck to the corner. Here's Jordan Foote, number 11. Stopped at center by Chorney. Wafted out of there and back into Husky territory goes Jeff Kinraid. They overshoot Gwillem. And it'll come back on icing with 5:17 to go, and North Dakota out shooting Michigan Tech 10-0 now. Got some sad news for women's basketball fans of the Sioux. North Central Regional quarterfinals in Vermillion, South Dakota. Second seeded North Dakota falls to the 7th seed Wayne State 85-78. That ends UND's season at 27-4. UND's first loss in the first round of a regional since 2002, and that ends North Dakota's Division II era. We will have highlights of that game in our second intermission. Saving it is Bina. Matt Fratton now playing it. Malakoff on him. It pops loose to Drew Dobson. Martin stops it with the stick. Fratton bats it down. Dobson takes him out. Malakoff plays it ahead to Derek Kitty, number 28. Instead, it rolls back to Finley. Fratton again with it. Right into Teslak. Oh, and Martin's run into the goal by Ryan Bunger.
Well, yeah, again, Michigan Tech's going to have to be careful. I mean, he's got every right to go to the net. He didn't make any kind of contact with the goaltender, and that extra contact after the whistle is exactly what, again, what I hate to beat this drum, but Coach Russell talked about it. It's important that they play hard between the whistles, but obviously this official's not going to let them get away with it. They're going to have to be very careful here. I think one thing UND has demonstrated this year too, it's not a team you can intimidate with physical play. They can play basically any way you want. Obviously very skilled, they skate very well. If you want to get in a real physical game, they can play that as well. So I don't think it plays into anybody's hands to try to be physical against the Sioux.
I am not going to argue with you. Oshie off the turnover. Now Kozak dropped it back. Nobody there but Peter Rouleau of Michigan Tech. Tyler Shalas taps it in. Crashing back of the net. They follow it into the corner. Gagne off to Rouleau. They got a man in front. Shalas unable to direct it in. But he was tied up with Finley. Oshie going for the steal, forcing it in, but it rolls to Teslak. And he'll cover up with 3:56 to go. You're watching the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Of all the people in the world, there's only one you, and you relate to the world in your own way. The information you gather, the stories you share, the connections you make. Quest connects you to what matters, your way. We help you build a customized bundle with the quality services you need at a price that's right for you. Consider a bundle with a local phone package and broadband for as low as $57 a month. Call today for a free account review. Let us help you build your bundle. That's our spirit of service.
Assistant coach Dane Jackson there in the foreground, and head coach David Hackstall behind him in a loud Engelstead Arena tonight. Off the draw, Jones unable to hang on, and outside the line it comes. North Dakota with the only 12 shots on goal so far in this game. Loose puck. Derek Kitty forces it out. Carrying on now, Ryan Bunger, number 21. Lamoureux sends it around. Kitty with a check in the back. Dobson's shot is blocked. It comes back to Kinraid. He shoots. That's turned aside. Back of the net, loose. Jones takes a poke at it. Derek Kitty and LaPointe go after it. Now carrying on into the corner. It rolls to Kipe. No, right through him. Watkins diving for it. Finally, it comes down. And Watkins will send it off to Van de Velde. Chris Van de Velde ducks a check, centers it. Kipe sets it up. Two are in a defensive change, so Ryland had to buy a little time there. Couple players go down in their pursuit of it. It comes out to Chorney, a shot right on the sink, and they can't score on the rebound as Watkins unable to poke it in. Now Bina over to Chorney. In front. Van de Velde took a poke at it, but it never got to the net. Drew Dobson. Saved by Chorney, but Bina was outside the line, and the Sioux will regroup with about 2.5 to go here. Coming up at the end of this period, we'll hear from North Dakota's goal scorer, Ryan Duncan. His power play goal has North Dakota up 1-0, and they'll face it off after the icing here.
Yeah, the last couple of shifts, the last one especially, Sioux starting to put their foot on the accelerator a little bit. Their quickness and speed and puck handling still starting to show a little bit there. They did a great job down low containing, they're keeping the puck contained in the Tech zone and resulting in a great scoring opportunity.
Gophers and Mankato scoreless after 1. And St. Cloud State has a 1-0 lead on Wisconsin as they start the second period as well. Malakoff hit from behind there by Brad Malone. Kerr, not much on that clearing attempt as Zajac stops it. But it's cleared to center again. Darcy Zajac, now Malone. And sending it in. Jimmy Kerr trying to bring it out. He's met at the line by Kozak. Well, the Sioux really putting on the clamps in the neutral zone here. And a stop here with 1:22 to go.
Well, Jake Marles had a couple of pretty good shifts, and it takes a little while to adjust to playing forward. I thought he's done a real good job, made a nice little play on the offensive blue line, just a little touch pass, the deflected pass to the Tech defenseman, and Jake's got great hands, good vision, and once he gets a little more comfortable out there, I think he could be actually pretty dangerous offensively for the Sioux.
We should point out Tarek is coming in. Not necessarily at the last minute, but
unprepared,
short notice. Jim Scanlon called us last night, and I don't know if anybody expected East Grand Forks' boys basketball team to upset the top seed Hawley in the Section 8 AA quarterfinals last night, but that's just what happened. So East Grand Forks is playing an 8 o'clock semifinal tonight against Pelican Rapids in Moorhead. And Jim is the athletic director at East Grand Forks, asked if we could find anybody, and it's Tarek Howard to the rescue. No penalty here. Here's a chance in front. Stop. Watkins unable to control it on the second try. Less than half a minute to go here. But we expect Jim Scanlon to rejoin us tomorrow. That's funny. One assistant referee said no icing, and the other whistled it for icing.
Yeah, hopefully they get this face-off straightened out. One washed it, and the other guy said it was icing. But we're having a discussion about it.
And it will be brought all the way back. Now is that a young fan wearing a Tarek Howard jersey?
That's my son Will.
All right.
I think he's taking notes. He's 5.
What number is that?
He's wearing 6.
But 6. Not 16.
No.
What, did you retire that one?
Actually, I'm surprised he's not wearing a Gopher uniform or jersey. he gives his dad a hard time. It's actually pretty funny at times.
Well, he's young. Little scuffle after the whistle here as Oshie got the sticks up with Ryan Bunger. And Brian Toole, the referee, did raise his arm, and there may be some penalties here.
Yeah, I think he's thinking about it. I don't know if he's going to make a call here or not, but he did raise his arm. Looked like he was going to call something, but it appears that there may not be a call here.
Maybe he was just signaling that's the end of the period, but we'll see. They're discussing it over there. Shots on goal, North Dakota 14, Michigan Tech 0. And the only goal of the period, Ryan Duncan on the power play, is 14th of the season from Oshie and Genoway at 5:25. North Dakota 1 of 3 on the power play, and Michigan Tech 0 of 1. And I know St. Cloud State had 0 shots on goal in a game against the Sioux earlier this year in St. Cloud. Ryan Duncan is our first intermission guest, and we'll talk to him right after this on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Hugo's is proud to carry.
I thought that was interesting on that little promo there, Tarek. They said games Friday and Saturday. Didn't mention anything about Sunday. We don't want to think about Sunday.
No, we sure don't. Not at this stage.
So we better stop talking about that. It is 1-0 North Dakota on top of Michigan Tech after one period. A period in which the Sioux dominated in shots on goal, 14-0, but scored on the power play as Ryan Duncan put it in, and we'll take a look at it right here, coming at 5:25 from Oshie and Genoway. Just 2 seconds left on the penalty.
Yeah, a real good movement, and again, everybody's got their head up. Ryan steps out, looks around, and Teslak goes down a little bit earlier. I don't know if he was screened or not, but Duncan, no mistake, up top over the shoulder, kind of a patent and goal for him, but he's got a great wrist shot and put it away. I don't know if the Sioux have seen something there. It looks like, you know, there's 2 or 3 opportunities they've had, and they've Oshie and Duncan twice, and including the goal, shots high to the short side. So, you know, obviously very good goal scorers, both of those players, and I think they probably see something there.
Well, we mentioned the 14 shots on goal. Miller, Duncan, and Watkins led the Sioux with 2 apiece. Sioux had 18 shots attempted, 14 on goal, 5 shots on goal during their 3 power plays. Michigan Tech attempted 9 shots, 6 were blocked by the defense, 1 hit the pipe. About the only category where things are even is the faceoffs, and those are tied at 10. And I got to tell you this. I mentioned earlier that there was a game back in January at St. Cloud where St. Cloud went shotless in the second period against the Sioux. I had to double check there, but I looked it up. St. Cloud came back to win that game, 3-2, as the Sioux blew a 2-0 lead. So this game's a long way from over.
Yeah, no question about it. And you know, as a goaltender too, for Phil down there, it's not an easy game to get into. He's gone a whole period now without really having any really good shots. So he's obviously an experienced goaltender. He's been around a long time and he understands the game. But mentally, it's a little difficult sometimes for a goaltender that hasn't seen any action yet to settle in and get relaxed. So we'll see if that's a factor. Probably isn't. Phil is extremely tough mentally, and it probably won't be an issue. But you know, even as a coach, a lot of times you like to see your goaltender get into the game by making a couple of saves, and he obviously hasn't had that opportunity yet. Any thoughts on TJ Oshie from what you've seen thus far? Yeah, he's not 100%. I mean, that's obvious, and you know, but I'll take TJ at 40, 50, 30%. What a player! Obviously, a lot of heart there, and he's still making things happen. Got an assist on the goal, and you know, on the power play looks great. So he's trying to get through it, and so far he's doing a pretty good job. And Jay Genoway, so far things look good with him. Yeah, you know, I think the one time on the power play, he had an opportunity to shoot, and he probably passed where he would have shot before. But that's okay. That's a big part of his game. He's a great distributor of the puck. He sees the ice very well. Obviously, on the power play, he's key. So I was actually very, very impressed with his play in the first period. He looks to be back in almost top form. So after one period, North Dakota 1, Michigan Tech 0. Remember, you have to win 2 of this 3-game series to advance to the WCHA Final 5 in St. Paul. North Dakota and Michigan Tech played 4 times this year. Tech did beat the Sioux in Houghton way back in October, but the Sioux took the other 3 games. In fact, the Sioux won the other one in Houghton by shutout. So a lot of hockey left to be played, and we'll have the second period right after this on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. Grand Forks, North Dakota is the city, and the WCHA playoffs is the event, round 1. North Dakota with a 1-0 lead. Sioux have lost only once when leading after one period. And the teams change ends here for period 2. Shot right in. The save made by Teslak, the rebound. Out it comes to Joel Finley. Fakes the shot and gives it right up to Drew Dobson. Dobson leads the Husky rush. Flips it past Jean-Philippe Lamoureux. Yeah, that puck took a crazy bounce. Yeah. Coming out, Watkins on a break, and he just missed there as Drew Dobson will get the penalty here. And the hooking call coming 36 seconds in. Yeah, the Sioux come very close there. Watkins breaks in alone, and actually a real good penalty. I think he just got a hold of Watkins' arm just before he shot, and it probably interfered with where that puck was going. So
Michigan Tech's 4th penalty of the game puts North Dakota on the power play for the 4th time tonight.
A 2 to the minor for hooking. Time penalty, 36 seconds of the second period.
TJ Oshie up front here with Chris Van de Velde and Ryan Duncan. Duncan scored his 5th power play goal in the opening period. Cleared to center. Minute 33 to go on North Dakota's man advantage. Sioux with 5 shots on goal already tonight on the power play. Chorney muscles it in. Now Duncan sets it up. Around for Chorney. Oshie takes his spot at the point as Chorney was in deep. Oshie throws it to the far side. Nobody there except Mike Van Wagner, the defenseman for Tech. The sophomore will dump it in. Lamoureux makes the stop. And the Sioux come out of there with a minute left on their power play. Chorney clanks it in off the plexiglass. Oshie goes into the corner. Now Van de Velde has it stolen away by Foot, who came in from behind.
Actually, he got hit from behind. That's a pretty obvious hit, and he's going to the bench. Pretty hard hit. I think the referee was shielded from it, but that's a dangerous hit.
Chris standing on the end of the bench. Here's a chance right in front, and Rouleau put it high. Rouleau, who has 2 shorthanded goals already this year for the Huskies. And the Huskies killing it off well thus far.
Yeah, that turnover is probably based on Granaway's injury. Puck just kind of rolled off the stick and right to the Michigan Tech player, and he shot it high and hard over the net.
Genoway taken off the puck again there by Eric Catalyst. And Tech has killed off the penalty. North Dakota now 1 for 4 with the extra man tonight. Here's a chance as Tech comes in. The pass went right through Gwillem from Jordan Baker. Baker back in the net. He throws Genoway down from behind. Play continues. And we've got an offside call here 3 minutes into the period. And a final in the first North Dakota Class B boys basketball semifinal tonight in the Fargo Dome. Turtle Lake Mercer goes to the championship game with a 71-58 win over Lemoore. Grafton is playing in the late game against Watford City. Don't forget, we'll have highlights in the second intermission of the Sioux women's basketball loss today in the North Central Region quarterfinals in Vermillion, South Dakota, as Wayne State ends North Dakota's season. And we've got an interference call here at the 3:17 mark.
Yeah, what are they going to call an obstruction interference on Jones? Puck gets dumped into the corner, and he just stood in the alley. A play that, for the most part, they've let go this year. So I haven't seen that standard call. It's an NHL call, basically, is what it is. But that hasn't been the standard in the WCHA. But it sure was there on that particular play.
So Zach Jones. Well, we must have jinxed him this week when we talked about it. That's his second penalty of the game after going 23 games without a penalty. Well, we'll still have to run that feature in the second intermission. That's all there is to it. Out to Jeff Kinraid now. Tech's second power play chance tonight. Kinraid directs it to the captain, Jimmy Kerr. Closing in, the shot turned aside by Lamoureux. And that should be the first, and it is the first shot on goal of the game for the Huskies.
Yeah, it was a good one. That was a good hard shot. Phil had to be very alert. He had traffic in front, but did a good job looking by the players in front of him, getting his eye on the puck and making a good save.
Miscommunication there, and it goes outside the line with 1:03 to go on the North Dakota penalty to Zach Jones. Taylor Chorney wanted to freeze it. It bounces loose. Matt Watkins now wanted to send it down the ice. Peter Rulo tied him up. 43 seconds to go on Michigan Tech's man advantage. Kinraid rattles it around as Tech makes a change or two on the fly here. Ryland Kipe after the puck with a couple of Huskies closing in on him. Manages to get it down into the Husky end with 26 seconds left on the penalty. The Husky players went down there. Ryan Bunger. Play continues. Finley unable to get it past the coverage. Finley works hard to, oh, now he lost it to Bunger. TJ Oshie and Ryan Duncan, the penalty killers here. Penalty is over. North Dakota back at full strength. Dobson off to Gwillem. Fakes the shot. Back it comes. That's blocked by Oshie as John Kivisto got it away. And here's a 4-on-2 rush for North Dakota. Duncan leaves it. Get away and feeds across. And TJ Oshie unable to knock it in.
Got a Tech player right at the last second. Got a stick on it. Just fluttered the puck past TJ's stick, but good puck movement by the Sioux there. Generally looked pretty good there. That was a nice pass. And play all started with TJ Oshie blocking a hard Tech shot.
And Lamoureux will hang on here with 14:06 remaining. It's 1-0 Sioux on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
At Lithia Ford Lincoln Mercury of Grand Forks, we didn't invent anything on any new Ford. Not one Ford Tough Bolt on the F-150. Nothing. We just invented the best way to buy one. Assured Cars and Trucks puts you in control with the information you need up front to make the smart decision. Get a new 08 Ford F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4 just $28,699 or lease it for $339 per month for 39 months. Assured Cars and Trucks at Lithia Ford Lincoln Mercury of Grand Forks.
David Hackstall and the Fighting Sioux leading the Huskies of Michigan Tech 1-0 on Ryan Duncan's power play goal in the first period. We'll have a penalty here on Michigan Tech for holding. And it looks like Jordan Foote will go at 6:01.
Well, good call by the official. He is showing some consistency here. Probably a play that wouldn't have been called a penalty last week, but tonight it is. So it's good to see. I guess as a coach, that's all you can ask for, is that the officials are consistent. Allows the players to understand what the standard is, and you know, it goes both ways. Everybody can live with it.
No, they weren't calling much last week. North Dakota's 5th power play chance. And the Sioux have Kozek, Miller, and Martins up front here. Miller bumps there, and it's cleared but not out by Van Wagner. North Dakota still in control. Finley back to Miller. Didn't see it momentarily. Back to Miller it comes. Off to Genoway in the clear. A shot wide as Kozek was tying up with Malakoff alongside Michael Lee Teslak. Again, Genoway with room. The shot. Stick save Teslak. And the Huskies control the rebound. Genoway keeps it in, but now Kerr will take it away and fire it down the ice.
Any question about Genoway's ability to shoot were answered there. A couple good shots. The second one was probably more of a pass, but he went ahead and took that slap shot and then made a pretty good play.
Here's TJ Oshie from Warroad High School. Couple of Huskies meet him back there. Duncan trying to pull it out of the pile. It squirts loose. Van de Velde off to Bina. Chorney with it now. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Bina from Oshie. That's blocked by the Huskies' Alex Gagne. Oshie, Chorney again, the one-timer right on, and Teslak just got a piece of that, and it's skittered wide of the goal. Half a minute to go on the North Dakota power play. Oshie will ring it around. Chorney there to stop it. Back to Oshie. Chorney a one-timer again. That's blocked in front. Oshie trying to duck a defender. Back for Van de Velde. Open is Bina. Off to Chorney. 10 seconds left on the penalty. Robbie Bina to Chorney. Oshie with it. His shot right on and a stick save for Teslak. Oshie missed the puck. Duncan is there. Oshie back up. Penalty's over. Hot to Bina, a shot. And it looked like Gagne got a piece of that along the way. Here's Foote right out of the penalty box. Puts it into his teammate back there. Vandevelde takes it. Oshie off to Duncan. Duncan setting up in front. TJ Oshie scores!
Great goal for the Sioux right at the end of the power play. Good puck movement, and Michigan Tech not very aggressive on the kill. As soon as the Sioux have the puck, they seem to go into a bit of a static box, and you're playing with fire with the Sioux guys out there. The skill they have, the vision they have, they're going to make you pay, and they did. Great pass, finds Oshie all alone in front. He makes no mistake. Nice little move to make Teslack go down, and he puts it right between his legs.
So TJ Oshie scores his 15th goal of the season. 8:22 the time. Ryan Duncan and Chris Vandevelde will get the assist. Coming on North Dakota's 19th shot of the game. And that makes it 2-0 North Dakota. So the Duncan, Oshie, Kozak line responsible for 2 goals, although one came on the power play. And one came after a power play expired. Vandevelde and Duncan assisting on this last goal. Here's Marno in front. Oh, and Zajac, they score!
Real nice hard work goal by the Sioux fourth line. Marto makes a great pass to Zajac in the front. I don't know how the initial shot didn't go in, but the hockey gods were looking after him there, and it ends up in the net. I'm not exactly sure how that found the back of the net.
Because it looked like the puck got behind Teslack.
Yeah, I think he might have overreacted to the puck and actually went off the Tech player and bounced back off Teslack. So.
Right there, a terrific save on Zajac, and then it went in off him.
Yeah, Teslack kicked it in his own net. Unfortunate goal for the Huskies, but great play by the Sioux. Nice pass by Jake Marto.
And they'll review the goal. Although I don't see any reason why it would be overturned.
Nothing wrong with that play.
And let's look at it again. This is what they're looking at. Zajac will likely get credit for it.
I guess the only thing, maybe that the argument could be that it would have to be a distinct kicking motion, and you can't tell from that replay because he's just out of the camera angle, but it's a goal.
Yep. So Darcy Zajac gets only his 2nd goal of the year. 9:10 the time. And Jake Marto will get his 2nd assist and 3rd point of the season in his 21st game. 3-0 now, as the Sioux have a 20-1 edge in shots on goal. Ryan Martin's in, trying to get around Van Wagner. Brad Miller after it. Miller sets it up for Joe Finley. Now Genoway. Jay crossing with Joe. Genoway will take it from a tough angle, and Teslack gloves that. We've got 10:06 to go in the 2nd period. 3-0 Sioux on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Hard work, dedication, teamwork. These are values we all strive for, and no one demonstrates these values in our community quite like the University of North Dakota. Hi, I'm Mike Porter, President and CEO of Bremer Bank, Grand Forks. Bremer is proud of the University of North Dakota and all they've accomplished, both academically and athletically. Join Bremer in saying thanks for the excitement and the great example UND sets in our community. Bremer Bank, taking action.
North Dakota with 2 goals here in the 2nd period to take a 3-0 lead. And look at TJ Oshie. Has 8 goals, 14 career points against Michigan Tech. And we've got a whistle right here and a penalty right after the faceoff. An interference call against North Dakota.
Again, I guess following the same standard, according to the official, Mr. Watkins interfered with the Michigan Tech player off the face-off, trying to get out to the point. Sioux win the face-off clean. Looks like he's calling Watkins for a pick of some kind. They call it interference. So.
All right, Tech's third power play chance. Those 2 goals by Oshie and Zajac were scored 49 seconds apart. Now Tech with a man advantage. Here's a chance. Oh, Lamoureux gloves the shot by Eric Catalyst. And listen to this crowd come alive.
Great glove save by Phil. Rulo come in, made a nice nifty move and got all of that puck. Very good shot. And Phil had to make a great save and threw a little extra on it.
So that brings the face-off to his left with 1:35 to go on Watkins' penalty. By the way, Marto and Genoway assisting on Zajac's goal. That gives Che 2 assists tonight. Jeff Kinraid dishes off. Now to Jimmy Kerr. Off to Rulo in front. Hit Genoway in the skates and goes back. Now to the point, Kinraid. Feeds across with 1:12 to go on the penalty time. Jimmy Kerr with it. Rulo. One-timer by Kinraid. Right on. The stop. Cleared.
A little different theory by the Sioux on killing a penalty. A lot more aggressive than Michigan Tech. If the Michigan Tech player has the puck, they'll go right after him and force him to make a play. So it puts a little bit more pressure on the offensive player, and they have to think a play or 2 ahead. I think it's probably a little bit better theory on how to kill penalties at this level.
37 ticks left on Watkins' penalty. Only 3 shots on goal for the entire game thus far for Michigan Tech. 21 for North Dakota.
And Sioux again pressuring the puck all over the ice, even in the far zone.
Gagne losing it to Oshie. Now here's Vandevelde. Centering pass to Oshie, unable to knock it in. Oshie taken out along the boards there by number 11, Jordan Foote. 3 seconds, 2 left on the Sioux penalty, and we've got a whistle here with just 2 seconds left on Watkins' penalty.
Very good job killing that penalty by the Sioux. Again, probably the best opportunity in that power play belonged to the Sioux. Short-handed. TJ just misses it. Great pass by Vandevelde. Got around the Tech player and threw it to the front of the net. Just past the outreach stick of TJ Oshie.
Now North Dakota back at full strength. Picking it up, Watkins. Kipe on his left. Watkins trying to set it up in front. It comes. Vandevelde stopped the pass. Now Kipe taken out. Trying to get away from Bennett Royer, number 16. John Kivisto goes barreling in that far side. Brad Miller. Whoa, Miller runs right into Ryland Kipe. Drew Dobson with it, the sophomore. Up to Royer, number 16, the freshman from Calgary. Joe Finley looking to just shake off Royer there. Oh, Royer with a check in the back. Play goes on. Duncan Oshie Zajac, the goal scorers for North Dakota tonight. Oh, Fratton leveled by Rulo coming in. Miller carries on. Martins picks it up, a shot on goal, and the save by Michael Lee Teslak. And the Huskies start back with Peter Rulo. Off to Alex Gagne. They got Shalas cutting to the net, and it was knocked aside by Genoway. Chase starts the rush for North Dakota. Genoway coming in, waits, feeds it, looking for Brad Miller, and it was broken up by Gagne. And North Dakota making a defensive change here. Robbie Bina hits the ice. There's Gagne. Dishes off. Shalast throws it in. Bina there. Michigan Tech also making a change. Down goes Chorney over there. Cut off at center by Kinraid. Loose puck swatted in by Ryan Bunger, number 21. Fans getting itchy. Ho-ho! Upended behind the net, Chorney, as Derek Kitty came into him. Kitty will play the rebound. And Chorney takes it away. But they tie up. Malone in there as well. Now Kitty with it. Centering pass blocked aside by Bina. Bina buying a little time there, gets it to Chorney. Bina and the other Sioux seniors in their final home series this weekend. Last chance to see the Sioux at home right here today and tomorrow, and we don't want to talk about anything beyond that. Jake Mardo will play it off the glass. Malakoff beats Malone to the puck. North Dakota in a change here. Gwillim a long shot, turned aside by Lamoureux. Here is Oshie. Up to Duncan. Oshie in the skates, gets it back. Kozak cutting to the net. LaPointe put it past Duncan, but Kozak is there. Out to the freshman LaPointe. He'll give it to Zach Jones. Jones closing in, and he just misses there. LaPointe kept it alive, bouncing puck. Kozak taking swipes at it. Into the corner, Duncan pinned by Malakoff. Mark Malakoff, the senior, number 4. Oshie pries it loose, out to LaPointe. Over for Zach Jones now. Jones puts it into the traffic. Pops loose. Around it'll come to LaPointe. North Dakota controlling for a long time here in the zone, and the shot is saved. Oh, might have hit the mask of Teslack on that shot by Oshie. Type unable to keep it alive. Nice effort by Kozak to do just that. Stepping in, Kite trying to wrap it around, and Michael Lee Teslack is there. There's a stop in play on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. And 53 seconds left in the second period. North Dakota out shooting the Huskies 24-5, outscoring them 3-0. Puck hits Ryland Kipe's stick. Battle in the corner, and they come out of there with Bennett Royer. Finley got a piece of that to break it up, and now Shea Ginaway clears it. And the puck was played by a high stick. This is the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Of all the people in the world, there's only one you, and you relate to the world in your own way. The information you gather, the stories you share, the connections you make. Quest connects you to what matters, your way. We help you build a customized bundle with the quality services you need at a price that's right for you. Consider a bundle with a local phone package and broadband for as low as $57 a month. Call today for a free account review. Let us help you build your bundle. That's our spirit of service.
Jamie Russell and the Michigan Tech Huskies have yet to put one in, as North Dakota has a power play goal in the first period and 2 more even strength goals here in the second, out shooting the Huskies 24-5. Huskies are the last team to sweep North Dakota, and they did it right here in Grand Forks last season. Outside the zone it comes. John Schwartz gets it off to Tyler Shalast. Miller bumps him. Tech makes a change on the go here as Chorney gives to Ryan Martins. From Selkirk, Manitoba. Martins puts it right on goal, and Michael Lee Teslak will smother that with 2:45 left.
Michigan Tech, for some reason, seem to be a little bit content with the one-man forecheck. They're not going to get a lot of offense generated that way, and they're, again, just looks like they're waiting for UND to turn the puck over in the neutral zone, and they're not doing that. They're just beating that first forechecker, making good plays through the neutral zone, and getting the puck back in the Michigan Tech zone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the third period, but you know, the current style Michigan Tech's playing isn't conducive to scoring 3 goals, and they're going to need at least 3 to get back into this. So.
Around it comes, setting it up, LaPointe. Zajac after it, throws it in front, comes to Jones, a shot just missing with that blast. Now LaPointe to Jones again. Jones will play it past Mardo. Outside it comes, and we've got a whistle here with 2:11 to go. And let's bring you up to date. Top seed Colorado College has scored an early goal. They lead Anchorage 1-0 in the first. Denver has an early goal, and the Pioneers lead Duluth 1-0 in the first. Minnesota and Mankato are scoreless as they start the third period. And St. Cloud State is up 2-0 on Wisconsin as they begin period 3. Incidentally, UND's hockey secretary Cheryl Gilbertson is on vacation in Arizona during playoff time. How about that? And we hear she may be watching tonight. So Cheryl, if you are, Coach Hackstall wants us to give you 2 messages. Use the right sunblock. And the second message is the office is a shambles.
Said something about being on her computer all day. I don't know if that's good or not.
Hey, nice work if you can get it, Arizona. But they miss you, Cheryl. Less than 2 minutes to go here. And we welcome all of our viewers on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network, whether you be in North or South Dakota or Minnesota or watching on satellite around the country. Ryan Duncan. Van Wagner took him out, but Duncan comes right back up. Finley will save it. Van Wagner beaten to the puck there by Kozak on a nice check. Schwartz clears it to center. Foot runs into Ganaway, and North Dakota will regain control. Don't forget Sioux women's basketball highlights coming up in our second intermission. North Dakota seeing its season come to an end today in the quarterfinals of the North Central Region Tournament at Vermilion, South Dakota. Whoa! Chorney is thrown down by number 22, Jordan Baker over there. We're in the final minute. We'll also visit with Zach Jones talking about his streak of penalty-free games, which ended tonight, and other UND news in our second intermission. Jeff Kinraid, the defenseman, playing in deep, looking to wrap it around. That stop, and Chorney controls it, but hang on. We'll have a penalty here on Ryland Kipe for interference. Coming with 38.8 seconds left in this period.
That's another interference call. Patty's really demonstrating a, I don't know if it's a new standard that the league's imposing here in the playoffs, but is that the 4th or 5th interference call?
Oh, Chorney, I'm sorry, is the penalized player. Interference, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're both going. Uh-oh.
No, I think it's looks like they got the wrong guy in the box.
Okay. I was writing Ryland Kipe down on my score sheet, and the magic voice in my ear said, "No, it's Chorney." I look up and there's Taylor in the box. So Tech on the power play here, and TJ Oshie lost his stick. Still manages to deflect the pass there by Jimmy Kerr. Hey, Michigan Tech's player, Rulo, shot Oshie's stick down to the Sioux bench. I didn't think you could do that, but play continues.
If the official catches that is interference. That's can't knock the opposing player's drop stick out of the zone.
In front, oh, it was tipped by Watkins, and Lamoureux makes the stop. They've got to hurry, and there's the horn. So the penalty time to Kipe will carry over to period 3, a minute 22 left. And the shots on goal. Michigan Tech had 7 for a 2-period total of 7. And North Dakota had 12 for a total of 26. I'm surprised. Well, Kerry Eads was staying on the bench. I'm surprised they didn't say anything about that playing of the loose stick. Anyway, the intermission clock has started, and when we come back, we are scheduled to hear from the captain of the Huskies, Jimmy Kerr, next. With a couple of goals. Oshie from Duncan and Vandevelde at 8:21.
Yeah, again, just real good job on the power play. Actually, it's the end of the power play, but Duncan makes a good heads-up pass, puts it right on Oshie's stick. And if you leave TJ Oshie alone in front of the net, all alone, you're usually going to pay the price, and he made no mistake. Great goal by Oshie.
And 49 seconds later, Darcy Zajac scores from Jake Marto and Shea Genoway.
Yeah, Jake Marto, again, good heads-up pass. Picked the puck up off the corner, didn't panic, got his head up, found Zajac right in the slot. He pounded it, and the puck just kind of took a strange bounce, and actually Teslak ended up kicking it in his own head. And so, great goal by the fourth line, good hard-working goal for the 3-0 lead.
Shots on goal as officially has been presented to us now. UND outshot Tech 12-7. So for the game, the Sioux are out shooting them 26-7. Face-offs, North Dakota has won 23. Michigan Tech 14. Several players have 3 shots apiece for North Dakota. Oshie, Zajac, Duncan, and Watkins, and Jeff Kinraid leads Tech with 2 shots. There's still a minute 22 left on Ryland Kipe's interference penalty. So if you're Michigan Tech now, what's the strategy here going out on the power play?
Well, I think, obviously they want to get an early goal. I mean, that's the key. They got to come out and have a real good power play. Score, obviously, that's the key. But if not, try to build some momentum off the power play. But they need to get back in this game, and they haven't obviously generated a lot of offense. It's a 2-game series, and I know nobody wants to look towards tomorrow yet, and I'm sure the Michigan Tech players aren't. But realistically, it's important for Tech to play really well here in the 3rd period. And if they can't get themselves back in the game, at least they can maybe set the tone for tomorrow. And the Sioux have done a great job so far of matching and actually beating Tech's intensity, and their skill levels clearly showing here. So.
And the Sioux have to remember that one key to the game from Dane Jackson, especially in period 3, don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they've done a good job of that. They've come out and they've played intense, but they haven't been overexcited, and maybe Michigan Tech's guilty of that a little bit with some of the penalties they've taken. But the Sioux have done a real good job of just sticking to their game plan, and they've played very well so far.
All right, 1 period to go. 3-0 Sioux, and we'll be back with period 3 on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. School record unbeaten streak. Right now it stands at 17 games, and they are unbeaten in their last 10 home games. And we're underway with the 3rd period. North Dakota tough to beat with the lead after 2 periods. Oh, loose puck in front as TJ Oshie applied a little pressure there. And you saw that stat, Michigan Tech has won only 1 game when trailing after 2 periods. But Tech is still on the power play for another minute. Ryland Kipe in the penalty box for interference. Big jam up on the far side. Puck finally shot over here to TJ Oshie, and Hill send it all the way down, and another shot on goal from long range for North Dakota. Teslak makes the stop. Wow.
It's never a bad play to put the puck on net, right?
Isn't that the truth? "21 seconds left now on the Tech power play. Michigan Tech's 4th man advantage of the evening. Now a 2-on-1 chance here, but Vandevelde gets back on D. Out it comes. Catalyst has it blocked by Joe Finley, and it got past Catalyst. Here's Watkins with 1 man back. Matt Watkins will buy a little time here. Off to Vandevelde. The backhand deflects out of play with 18:33 to go, and North Dakota back at full strength. You know, I was thinking, Tarek, I believe when you were playing here, the format in the WCHA was a 2-game total goals series, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually in 86, 87 a year that we went on to win a national championship. We lost, we actually beat Colorado College the first night 6-2 and ended up losing the second game 2-1. Probably a real good loss for that team. It was focused everybody, I think, and you know, we were really prepared for the final stretch, but whole different situation now when you're playing a best-of-3 format like they do now.
Which do you prefer?
I much prefer this format. You know, the total goal series, I never thought that made a lot of sense, but you know, in those days, I think they were just.
Michigan Tech whacking at it, and a penalty coming up here on North Dakota. Yeah. But that tripping call, but those playoffs in the WCHA for many, many years were 2-game total goal series.
Yeah, even the national tournament in the first round used to be that way as well. So.
That's right, yeah. Well, look at, can you believe this? Zach Jones.
It's a hat trick.
Well, you know, Zach doesn't have any points this year, so he's got to get a hat trick some way, and Axtell not happy about it. I don't mean to laugh, you know, it's just the old story, you know, we do a feature on Zach, and once you know, we jinx him. Go ahead and blame the media, everybody else does. 2 for tripping on Zach Jones, 2 minutes in, so Tech with its 5th power play tonight. Man, that is, I mean, who would have guessed that would have happened? Blocked by Bina on the shot by Gagne. Kinraid over here for Eric Catalyst, the centerman playing a point for the moment now. They close in, off the glove of Lamoureux as Jimmy Kerr got that bullet away. Kinraid again. Kerr looking it over, back to Kinraid, a one-timer, and it goes right into Jean-Philippe Lamoureux with 59 seconds left on the Sioux penalty to Jones.
Yeah, by far Michigan Tech's best power play of the night. Did a pretty good job of throwing the puck around, and they have traffic right in front of the net. And they're able to get a couple of the point shots too, and that's always dangerous. Phil made a great save there on the replay. Just picked that up at the last second, got that glove on it.
Lamoureux getting all the decisions in the series against Michigan Tech this season, as it's whistled offside here by Kyle Bergeron, the assistant referee. Lamoureux playing every game for North Dakota this year with the exception of one, when Aaron Walski got the shutout win on a Sunday afternoon against Bemidji State not long ago. 50 seconds left on Jones's penalty. Kinraid brings the Huskies in. Kerr along the boards with Shalast. Finley trying to go the other way. Shalast takes it away from him. Dishes off. Now to Kinraid with half a minute to go on the penalty. Eric Catalyst, the freshman. He'll creep in. Puck gets behind Rouleau, and Kipe will take it down the ice. 12 seconds left on the Sioux penalty. Five seconds left on the Jones penalty. Dobson will just carry it in. North Dakota back at full strength. Tech 0 for 5 with the extra man. A shot right in to Jean-Philippe Lamoureux, and a stop here with 15:53 to go as Bennett Royer got that one off.
Yeah, pretty good chance for Tech there on the power play. Just picked it off the corner and threw it at the net. And again, Michigan Tech looking to get traffic in front of Lamoureux, but Phil was able to see that puck all the way.
27 shots to 10, North Dakota leading in that department. Brad Miller coming up. Matt Stratton, the freshman, tries the tough angle shot that's blocked in front of him. Dobson sweeps in to take it back. Drew Dobson has 2 goals this season. Both have come against North Dakota. Around him, Gwillim now. Sioux break it up for the moment, and Stratton will clear it. Miller comes in with LaPointe and Martins, and it is whistled offside. We've got 15-14 to go and a 3-0 North Dakota lead on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Keep your pet healthy and happy at Home of Economy. The best place to find a great selection of pet supplies and the finest pet food available. Science Diet. During our Spring Value Days, 17.5 and 20-pound bags of Science Diet dog food are $19.98. And 8.5 and 10-pound bags of cat food are $16.98. Save also on pet accessories including collars, toys, treats, pet folders, and more. For a healthy, happy pet for the guaranteed lowest price, we are your Science Diet and Pet Supply headquarters. Home of Economy.
North Dakota getting goals tonight from Ryan Duncan, TJ Oshie, and Darcy Zajac. Duncan's coming on the power play. Derek Kitty losing the puck to Genoway, but he turns it over to Ryan Angelo. Around it comes Grand Forks Central product Marto. Off to Finley, who turned it over. Zajac broke it up at the side of the net. But the Huskies still maintain possession. Van Wagner having trouble with it. Here's a chance for Marto. Jake Marto coming in. The man meets him. Schwartz, and Schwartz will get a penalty. And now Van Wagner going after one of the Sioux down in the corner. And the officials step in there.
Yeah, a nice play by Jake. Obviously, three or four Tech players back on the play. Didn't really have much room there. They angled him off the play pretty well, but he did a good job just to get the puck to the net. You never know what's going to happen, and then also drew the hooking call. So nice play by Jake.
So the time of this penalty, 5:18 on junior defenseman John Schwartz. Looks like holding is the initial indication we get. So North Dakota with its sixth power play chance. Oh, Vandevelde tips the shot by Bina. And unable to dent the net as the Huskies clear it down. 1:45 left on the holding call to John Schwartz. Oshie puts it right on goal, and Michael E. Teslak will hang on to that with 1:35 left on the Michigan Tech penalty. You know, in last year's playoffs, Michigan Tech was the 6th seed, and they beat the 5th seed Colorado College. So a lot of these guys know what it's like to win on the road in the playoffs. That game went, or that series went 3 games, and then Tech lost in the Final 5 to Wisconsin. The first time they'd been to the WCHA Final 5 since 1996. So
yeah, the first round, there's been some interesting outcomes. A couple of years ago when Denver won the national championship, they actually lost the first round series. And, you know, I know Coach Gwozdecki credited that with part of their success. They got an extra week of rest and came back to the national tournament and ran the table. So probably not something you want to plan on doing, but.
No, that's why you heard in our first intermission David Hackstall saying, I am not even thinking about the national tournament. He didn't want to hear about the pairwise or any of that. They just want to keep their momentum going here. Less than a minute to go on the Sioux power play. Genoway takes aim and just misses with that rifle shot. Finley keeps it in the zone. 50 seconds to go on the Sioux power play. Genoway took a hop over Duncan's stick. Duncan knocked down by Jimmy Kerr. No call, and the puck is cleared down. 40 seconds left. Now half a minute to go on the penalty to Michigan Tech's Schwartz. Brad Miller up, gets it back from Martins. Kozak in the clear, he scores!
Great goal by the Sioux. Right at the end of the power play, another heads-up play. The guy's throwing the puck around, and Kozak makes no mistake. Cuts to the net, gets Teslak to open the legs and just tosses it in there. But starts with Finley making a really good outlet pass, and Brad Miller makes a super pass over to Kozak, who makes no mistake and puts it away. Huge goal for the Sioux at this juncture of the game. 4-0 lead, obviously pretty large lead considering the way Michigan Tech plays. That's a pretty big hill for them to climb at this stage.
6:58 the time. North Dakota's second power play goal of the evening. And Andrew Kozak gets his 16th of the season to increase his team lead in that department. Here's a shot right on the rebound. Tech couldn't control it. Kinraid, Brad Miller, and Ryan Martins getting the assist at 6:58, and it's a 4-0 North Dakota lead. Shot deflected at the side. Back of the net after it, Eric Catalyst. Trying to work free. Gwillem in there. Jordan Foote now, number 11, the Rangers draftee. Tried to center it. That's blocked by Zajac. Foote again. Out to the point, the long shot. Off target there. That was taken by Dobson. Now North Dakota brings it out again. Mardo again, trying to catch up to it. Dobson there. Here's John Schwartz, the man who was in the penalty box during that last Sioux goal. Dobson ahead. Bina cuts it off and fires it right back. North Dakota 4, Michigan Tech nothing. Power play goals for Duncan and Kozak. Oshie and Zajac with even strength goals. Taylor Chorney, Robbie Bina takes the shot. That won't go. After it is Kipe. Bina in the clear. Robbie back. Taylor Chorney, Ryland Kipe, a one-timer, fanned on it. Keeps it alive though to Watkins. He's taken out of the play, race after it. Kipe trying to hold it in. Schwartz forces it outside the zone. In front of the North Dakota bench, rolls into the Sioux end. Royer forcing it back. Same teams play here again tomorrow night. And you'll see it here on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. Duncan went down. Crowd doesn't like that. We hit the air tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Face off at 7:07. Round one is the best 2 of 3 series. First team to win 2 games can make travel plans for St. Paul in the Final 5 in the WCHA. Marcy Zajac. Well, we've got to stop here, and we'll take a break on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. Andrew Kozak, who just scored his team-leading 16th goal of the year on the power play from Miller and Martins, making the score 4-0. Darcy Zajac of North Dakota was apparently shaken up on the last shift and went down the tunnel, and we don't have any further word on his situation. Chorney starts the rush to Martins into the zone, plays it back. Malakoff, now Kinraid. 31 shots on goal for North Dakota, only a dozen for Michigan Tech. John Schwartz trying to keep it alive, he does. And Lamoureux plays that one like a center fielder. Jean-Philippe Lamoureux, the WCHA co-defensive player of the week last week, as North Dakota got a pair of overtime ties with St. Cloud State. And he shared the honor with the St. Cloud goalie, Jace Wislowski.
Yeah, obviously a great year for Phil so far, and most important part of the season's ahead of him. And I know this is where he always excels too. So Sioux have had obviously great goaltending all season long.
In front, it's stopped there by the freshman Eric Catalyst, who starts the rush. He gets hung up with Genoway, and in to get it Van de Velde. You know, we talked about the injured Sioux players, Genoway and Oshie, coming back to action tonight. We should also point out that at Wednesday's news conference, Coach Hackstall was asked about the other injured player, Evan Trupp, who sustained a serious leg injury in Duluth a few weeks ago. And he said there is a chance that Evan Trupp might come back this year, assuming the Sioux can keep their season going long enough.
Yeah, and that would be a real nice addition to this lineup. Evan was playing extremely well when he got hurt, and he's going to have a great career in the green and white jersey.
He's just had a real energy boost, I guess you could say, whenever he hits the ice. You always know when he's out there.
Yeah, very, very skilled player, and he plays very hard. So it would be a huge plus if the Sioux can get him back before the end of the season.
Now Derek Lapointe feeding Zach Jones. Kipe, oh, put it in front. Martins couldn't deflect it in. And Darcy Zajac is back on the Sioux bench, so apparently everything's okay with him. Big pile up back in the net. Jordan Baker went down, the 5'7", 168-pound left wing, number 22. Now he's, whoop, hey, he's got his stick in between Derek Lapointe's legs. That's about the best way I can describe it. And he got away with that one. Here's Oshie now as the Sioux are in a change. Oh, Jimmy Kerr coming in high and hard on Oshie. Oshie after the loose puck takes it away from Van Wagner. Out it comes, Bina, shot, and just missed with that shot. Forney keeps it in the zone. Kozek pinned there by Dobson. Both of them go down. And the puck is underneath and will face it off. This is the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
Hard work, dedication, teamwork. These are values we all strive for, and no one demonstrates these values in our community quite like the University of North Dakota. Hi, I'm Mike Porter, President and CEO of Bremer Bank, Grand Forks. Bremer is proud of the University of North Dakota and all they've accomplished, both academically and athletically. Join Bremer in saying thanks for the excitement and the great example UND sets in our community. Bremer Bank, taking action.
Don't forget, after this game, we will select our player of the game, sponsored by PS Door. North Dakota enjoying a 4-0 lead here. And they're just announcing the Gophers and Mankato are scoreless after 3 periods. So the Gophers and Mankato going to overtime in Mankato. And the overtime is different here in the playoffs. During the regular season, it's a 5-minute overtime, but here they take an intermission break, then it's a 20-minute sudden death overtime. Martins puts it in front. Derek Kitty there for Michigan Tech. And there are no ties from here on out. Sioux had their final ties of the season last week. We can safely say that.
Everybody sent their sisters home.
5:45 to go here. North Dakota came into this series leading the NCAA in scoring defense. Playing the puck played with a hand. Sioux lead the NCAA in scoring defense, allowing just 1.77 goals against per game, averaging 3.06 goals scored a game. Tomorrow night, during our first intermission, we'll take a look at that salty UND defensive core. Now, we told you about the Gophers in Mankato, scoreless heading to overtime. But St. Cloud State has the first final score here. The Huskies blank Wisconsin 3-0 in St. Cloud. So St. Cloud State halfway to a trip to St. Paul. And Grafton in the state Class B boys basketball semis leading Watford City in the third quarter 36-25. The Spoilers. Bouncing puck in the slot, and Watkins will take care of it. as we approach the final 5 minutes here, and the whistle blows with 5:01 left.
Yeah, I think Ryland Kipe there's had enough of John Schwartz in his stick, and pretty good solid hit. He might get penalized for it, but
yep,
enough's enough.
And they've got the Sioux penalty box door open, and Ryland Kipe will take a seat.
Yeah, that's what I guess you'd refer to as a bit of a scoreboard call, but Schwartz had his stick up well, on a couple of different occasions here, and Mr. Kipe decided that was enough of it.
Amy Russell trying to get things under control. I'm not sure what's...
Well, it looks like there's some fans here right behind the Michigan Tech bench giving it to the Michigan Tech players, and they're chatting back.
Well, they've got 2 security guards down there in the Michigan Tech tunnel. And everybody for now is seated and on their best behavior, so let's hope that continues. 2 minutes for roughing on Ryland Kipe at 14:59. He's got 1:40 to serve as the puck flutters back into the Michigan Tech end. You know, it's funny, North Dakota was wondering about its recent lack of scoring, only 8 goals in the last 5 games. Well, they're looking good tonight, leading 4-0. 2 on the power play. Long shot. Oh, big glove save for Lamoureux.
That was a great save. Again, through a crowd, and Kerr got all of that. Phil came over and made a great save.
Jimmy Kerr thwarted by the glove of Jean-Philippe Lamoureux. And the 0 stays on the Tech side of the board. 12th shot on goal for Tech. Sioux have 31.
Is another sold out
11,572 the attendance tonight, another sellout. .55 seconds left on the North Dakota penalty to Captain Ryland Kipe. Kinraid over here for Qtrs. Kinraid again. Jimmy Kerr dishes off, cuts to the net. Kinraid, a high save there for Lamoureux. Kinraid saves it with the skate. Qtrs closes in. Off to Kinraid. He'll take the shot. Shalas deflects it wide. Keeping it in the zone, Jeff Kinraid with 26 seconds to go. Lamoureux with a save there. Kerr again. Back to Kinraid. Qtrs is open. He's got the puck now. 17 seconds to go. Kinraid to Kerr. Jimmy Kerr dishes off. Oh, and a knuckler there for Eric Qtrs on the feed from Rouleau. And the Sioux will clear it, and that should kill the penalty. Ryland Kipe is back on the ice right now. Tech 0 for 6 on the power play. We're in the final 3 minutes. No icing here. Ryan Bunger digs it out of the pile. Malone watching him. Malone pokes it loose. Zajac will flip it down. Not far enough for icing. Mike Van Wagner gets to the puck. Zajac got a stick on it. Game 2 tomorrow here on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network. Tell your friends we'll be here at 7 o'clock with a face-off time at 7:07. And don't forget to watch WDAZ Sports on Channel 8 in the Devils Lake Grand Forks area tonight with James DeGilder. In front, stopped by Taylor Chorney. Nice poke check there by Jordan Baker. Down goes Van de Velde. Loose puck. Nice diving attempt by LaPointe to clear the zone. Ooh. Kozek came hard after Bennett Royer. Brad Miller taps it down. And Rouleau missed it. Back it comes to Dobson. North Dakota will improve to 24 wins, 8 losses and 4 ties. Michigan Tech will see its record slip to 13, 19 and 5. And a whistle here, icing with 1:11 to go. Stay tuned during our Quest postgame for the Dahlstrom difference. We'll recognize the play or player performance that gave the winning team its winning edge. The Dahlstrom difference, sponsored by Dahlstrom Motors, Oslo, Minnesota. Jamie Russell. And the Huskies will have to win tomorrow night to keep their season going. Jake Marto, pin. And we're in the final minute. North Dakota will extend its unbeaten streak to 18 games and add to that school record with the win tonight, and add to the home unbeaten streak. It'll now reach 11 games. And the crowd increasing the volume as the seconds tick down here. Everybody on their feet here at Engelstedt Arena. And North Dakota finishes the job tonight with a 4-0 win. And as the fireworks go off, we've got a few more fireworks down in the corner. And the officials get everybody separated quickly.
Yeah, great job by the Sioux. You might as well stay out of that. There's no time or no room for that at this stage of the season. And this is the point of the year where once in a while you got to take that extra shot, that extra punch, and you just got to skate away.
Jean-Philippe Lamoureux collecting the shutout, making 14 saves. That is his 6th shutout of the season and the 10th of his career. And it's time now to present the player of the game, sponsored by PS Doors. A lot of guys could have gotten this award, but we'll give it to TJ Oshie with a nice comeback, coming back from a week in which he didn't practice all that much.
Yeah, no question about it. A real gutsy performance by TJ. Obviously not at 100%, and it looks like he's laboring at times, but he found a way to make some things happen offensively. Obviously an assist, great assist, and a beautiful goal. And you know, got to mention Phil Lamoureux with the shutout, obviously, but TJ gets the nod here tonight.
And let's give a little honorable mention to Ryan Duncan, who scored the first goal of the game on the power play 5 minutes, 25 seconds into the game, and also picked up 1 assist. Zajac and Kozak got the other Sioux goals. Kozak's coming on the power play. Jay Genoway also had a couple of assists tonight. And so North Dakota wins game 1 of the best of 3, 4-0 over Michigan Tech, and we'll be back on the Fighting Sioux Sports Network.
At Lithia Toyota of Grand